feel like the passions we get, they start at a young age. What inspired me to push forward into a career, I think it's the teachers in our lives.
2 pieces of advice that you've learned throughout your journey that helped you get to where you are today. Welcome, everybody. Make Happy Podcast. We got an awesome guest.
How's it going?
Introduce yourself here.
Oh, and my name's Christian. I'm a photographer in Los Angeles.
Amazing
Yeah.
photographer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
We had a shoot with you not too long ago, and it was a pleasure. It was like Sol and I were on the driving back. We carpooled there. LA traffic. It's a nightmare. Carpool if you can.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
we were talking about like what a day that was. The energy while photographing.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I feel like my favorite part of that shoot was the little moments that we had in between the shoots, and we were just kind of just joking around and being ourselves, as goofy as possible. And we got some cool shots done, dude. Yeah.
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 By some you mean over 1,000.
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah.
shot over 1,000 photos that day.
Like
that?
1,200, 1,400 photos or so.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This man was barely holding it together at the end.
Yeah, he was giving you the finger a lot. It's crazy. Like so many of those takes.
Even the drawings. Even my drawings
Yeah.
were giving you the finger.
Lot of
Yeah,
fingers.
dude.
Whoa.
At one point, I was like, "Damn it, Soul, pose!"
You did good. I was showing my family the photos, and
Yeah.
my mom was wondering if you are a model. Could you confirm
Yeah,
that
dude.
for us
Yeah.
now, or?
Yeah. I mean, I've always thought that I could be, but I don't think I'm tall enough.
My mom also thinks you can be.
Nice.
I don't think it
Thank
needs to
you.
be
She
anything
does not
about
know how
height.
tall you are. And I agree with Christian.
Yeah,
What?
you don't have to. It doesn't have to do anything with height. You could just start
No?
modeling. Just go for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I feel like I can see you doing, I don't know, shirts, maybe some kind of fashion stuff.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
wear the heck out of shirts.
Dude, what does he do?
He wears the heck out of shirts.
Yeah, he
I
does,
do,
dude. Yeah.
I do, right? Yeah.
There's your solution. Boom. The whole, the whole back problem thing. You could just model.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for real.
Yeah,
I
dude,
don't
yeah,
have to
boom.
train to just model instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
100%, dude.
that's
Yeah,
why.
there you go.
Do you want to tell us about what happened? Do you want to tell the listeners about what happened?
I just have a herniated disc in my low back, and it's terrible. So
Alright,
enough of that.
cool. Yeah.
Christian, tell us about yourself.
Well, there's not much.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
So much, dude.
There's not much. Let me see.
Can I start
3
you off here?
interesting facts.
No, go for it. Yeah. What
Oh,
were you
yeah,
gonna
go
say?
What was the first time you said to yourself, photography? I want to
I think.
do photography.
Yeah. So I think that's a good question. So you're saying, where do passions begin, right?
Yes.
I feel like it was really organic because as a kid, I would be taking a lot of adventures with my family. Because I remember one time we went to the Sequoia Canyons, long time ago when I was like 10 or 11, and I couldn't stop taking photos with the little disposable camera that we had. Like I took so many, and I feel like it kind of just evolved from there, and I just kept taking photos as I went in through like junior high, high school, that kind of stuff, right? And
How old was this?
I think that was like 10 or 11. 10 or
Wow,
11, yeah.
that's awesome.
By the time I was going into high school, I was like, you know what? I think I want to take some photography classes. I think I want to delve deeper into that, you know? Like, I feel like the passions we get, they start at a young age, and I'm working my hardest right now to see if I can get the younger people in my family interested in what I do, because I enjoy it a lot, and I'm sure they will as well. But you can't push someone to become passionate about something is what I've learned recently.
Yeah.
Because the way, again, like I said in the beginning, it came to me so organically. I picked it up and I started taking photos and I loved it. But when I introduce it to someone else, it might not flow the same way. You know what I mean? It has to come, you can't push. And you have to just let it flow. Sometimes when I'm working on my stuff and I'm pushing myself to create and like I have to get this thing done, it doesn't come out as well as I thought it would because I'm just like in the focus of push, push, push.
Yeah.
And not letting it come out organically.
Not letting
yeah.
it flow.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys find the same thing?
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
wanted to get back to you though.
Okay,
You
go
said
for it.
that
Go,
you were
go, go.
gravitating toward a camera from a young age, and like you were just like the family photographer, right? Was there like a moment that you made that jump from family photographer to like looking around and realizing, oh, I can actually pursue this as a career?
I think so. Again, yeah. So it went from just taking photos with family and friends, and I think what inspired me to push forward into a career, I think it's the teachers in our lives. My teacher was definitely the one that's like, he gave me the okay. He's like, hey, you're pretty good at this. You should continue on, you know. And I was like, oh, I feel like
And which teacher was this?
this was Mr. Ellison. This was Mr. Ellison. I was taking his film class in high school.
Oh, nice.
And he pushed his students and guided them in a very positive light. And he showed me that it's okay to get creative. It's okay to go completely out there with something wild.
That's awesome.
And
yeah, that's amazing.
just continue on. I feel like that's all I have to say in that matter.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I'll stop prying for now.
Okay, no, you can pray. Go for it. Go all out, but that's why I'm here.
No, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I had a teacher. It was not a film class. It was technically philosophy. All we would do for the first 3 weeks, we did talk like Plato, like Aristotle, like, you know, the Greek guys, the classic Greek guys. And then we started just watching movies every week, you know?
Yeah.
It was cool though, because I suppose in that class is when I learned that philosophy is deeply entrenched in great cinema.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm trying to think of my influential teachers.
Yeah.
And to me, he was influential in that the class was so not at all what it was supposed to be, but we would end up watching these movies and it became like a film study.
Yeah.
What was your film class like?
What was it like? It was
This is film, like actual 35 mil film, like actual film, or
Great question.
like cinema film.
this was cinema class.
Oh, okay,
Cinema
okay,
class.
gotcha.
Does that mean like you're shooting digital, trying to make movies?
Yeah. Shooting digital. This is in high school, so shooting digital, cinema class. And what was the question that you asked earlier?
What was it? What was it like? What was
Oh,
the
what was it
experience?
like? Okay,
what
what
would
was
you
it
do
like?
for a film class? My school didn't have a film class. We had photography.
Yeah, so we had this crazy character of a teacher, Mr. Ellison, that kind of just fought for us. He would like fight for grants and like equipment, and we had basically a giant movie studio at a high school.
Wow.
Like we had
that's
cranes, we had green
amazing.
screens, we
What?
had
That's crazy.
cinema cameras, and it was all given to us for free because he would just apply for these grants. He would push us to, because obviously it's like it was a space where you can come in and just start creating, you know? There was a lot of, when you say what was it like, it was full of just a lot of creatives and a lot of, I would say in a sense, cool and crazy people at the same time, you know? Because there's so many different personalities, and I love that. I feel like I grow a lot when I'm around so many different personalities because I get to learn from each one, and everyone's got a different temperament, and it kind of just boosts the creativity even more. I would say that's how it was like. At points, he would be like, the man was wild. He was teaching 3 different classes at the same time. So
Wow.
he'd be on the mic teaching us how to use Final Cut Pro and Premiere and all that stuff, right? Over the intercom, right? And then at one moment, he'd walk out of the class, go to the next room over, teach his arts class, and we'd hear him over the mic giving them instructions about
Wow.
art theory and all that stuff. Then he'd hop over across to another building, teach a pottery class, and then he'd come back and then he'd storm right back
Pottery
in
class?
into film,
Wow.
cinema, and start talking about cinema. Again, that's why I think it's like he was an overall artist in different ways, and I love that I am too as well, because I don't just make art with film. I think I'm more of a writer sometimes. Sometimes I feel like writing the story down, and it gives me a lot more passion sometimes, but sometimes it gives me passion to just capture it on actual, digital. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to figure out Mr. Ellis. Like, am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is he Matthew McConaughey's character from Limitless? Is he a lunatic who found his calling?
Matthew McConaughey is from Limitless?
I think that's
No,
the
there's a
guy.
different white
oh, it's
dude.
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper, yeah.
Oh, okay. I get those guys mixed up a lot. I get those guys
I was
mixed
like,
up.
I think it was
Yeah.
a different white dude.
I was like, are you sure it's not Interstellar or something you're
They
talking about?
both have these
Yeah.
that silky, like, I don't know.
the hair.
But that's the vibe I'm getting from Mr. Ellis. It's so cool to have a mentor like that, to have a guide.
That. Yeah, no, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
That's something we were just talking about the other day. I feel like, sorry if I jump in here real quick. So mentors are very important, right? We were speaking about this, right? So I feel like throughout my life, I think we should all be kind of like striving to have a mentor at all points of our lives, because I feel like I had Mr. Ellison, then I had several other friends that popped up in my life and became mentors in a sense. And what I've realized is that when I look back to the points in between mentors, I felt very lost and I didn't really know what to do. Like I felt very stressed and I felt like I wasn't really going anywhere. And I feel like mentors, I'm glad he was my first mentor, you know, because it kind of pushed me forward. Even us, like just hanging out and doing this and doing other little projects, it kind of inspires me. You know, like there's some progression going. You're out in the world and you're creating stuff, whether it be a podcast, whether it be a film. It's the people.
I love so
Yeah.
much that it sounds like Mr. Ellis encouraged play. He encouraged play in
He
all
did, yeah.
aspects.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he was jumping between classes, that's
Yeah.
a player.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
player, most definitely. And I think
Yeah.
that's so necessary if you want to be creative as your career. Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to be able to like free part of yourself. You have to free yourself to put yourself in that state. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I love it.
I like the fact that you got to see that, and it gave you the vision that there's a different possibility of what work looks like. I think that, to me, was like the most important thing. Like when I hear that, a lot of the times we don't even have our imagination is so limited because people would tell us you need to be this way to be successful or whatever it may be in this world, and to see him thriving and at school teaching you cinema, pottery, and the digital media class, like simultaneously, it's like, wow, there is a different way that you can actually maneuver in life, you know.
Yeah.
After that was in high school.
High school.
From high school, then what is the progression?
Give me a second. What was the question? I lost my train of thought there.
So after high school,
Yeah.
what was sort of the next call to adventure on your photography, creative arts, really your life
I did
journey?
a lot of so I did a lot of jobs that were just kind of like one day gigs, right? It's PA, and I feel like those really continue to inspire me to stay in the field. You know, as you're growing up, you're kind of debating, oh man, is this what I really want to do? Is this where I belong, kind of thing, you know? And I feel like I'm glad that I kept it going because it's about finding the type of community you belong with. And I feel like this is the community I belong with. There's a lot of, growing up, there was, going on a little bit of a tangent here, but
Please.
friendships, right? Friendships, sometimes I felt like I didn't really belong in certain groups until I found the film group. I was like, I feel like this is the people that I like, right? So even after high school and into college and stuff, I gravitated more to those creatives and those little pockets of happiness, I guess you could say. So I went from gig to gig, just kind of knowing new people and picking up skills, and I feel like it's finding people.
Sounds like you were kind of riding the independent wave, as it were. And
Yeah.
it's really cool to hear that you were encouraged during that time. What helped to encourage you? What kept you motivated? In the season where you don't quite have a mentor, where you don't quite have that encouraging voice in the world who you know has been through it or similar, right?
Yeah.
Who's been in some sort of mess like yours and is giving you the affirmations, this mess is going to make sense.
It's a loaded question. It's a big question. So there was, let me see. You mean the in between? The in between.
The in-between's a tough one.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that Dave Matthews Band song, The Space Between.
The in between.
I probably heard it, but I can't hear it in my head right now.
It's a hard question to answer. I haven't really thought of it. Hold on, let me think back.
So then what, if that's difficult at this, let's go to like in between the mentors, what were you doing? Like what in that time, like what were you still doing? Were you just trying to get more gigs? You know, like what was that looking like for you?
So there was a lot of moments where I think I took a lot of little jobs here and there, that kind of stuff, just to keep the money flowing in, right?
Yeah.
But without the mentors, it doesn't really make life as fulfilling because I feel like I need friends, or like I need to be in, so in the in-between, what happened was I wasn't as happy. I was not as happy, no, because I feel like I was just kind of standing still. And again, I wasn't standing still. I wasn't moving forward. With the mentors and with it is. I mean, you don't really need a mentor, 100%. But when I didn't, what kept me out of like insanity, I guess you could say, and depression, were the friends that kept me creative in a sense. But there was some points where it's like no one was available, and there was no source of inspiration around, where I kind of did get a little sad. I'm sure we all do, right? Where it's like we start to question like, oh, what do I really want to do, that kind of stuff, and that's it. That was in between. Yeah, it was like a lot of like a little bit of sadness, a little bit of loneliness in between those, but little hints of sparks when my friends would dip back into my life, and finding new opportunities, and then it'd go right back up. I feel like I have more to that question, but I can't think of everything right now at the moment.
So what I'm hearing when you say these things is that really finding your tribe consistently is like one of the key factors of maintaining creativity, maintaining inspiration.
Yeah.
So then how, like for someone that's trying to find their tribe, what was that process for you? Like how did you put yourself in positions to find these creative people?
Good question. I feel like this is something someone should know. Everyone should know this. It's okay to reach out. I feel like sometimes I find myself going, even sometimes today, I catch myself going, oh, maybe I shouldn't reach out to this person. They're probably busy. I'm probably going to bug them. I think it's okay. Go ahead and reach out, say hi. Even if it's a stranger, sometimes I meet strangers on the street and just say hi, and like it leads to other opportunities. That's how I found my community, with just saying hi and going out of the way of telling them, hey, listen, I appreciate what you do. I appreciate your art form. I would love to help you out in the future. Can we go get a cup of coffee? That's what helped me continue on. Exploring people is what I love to do as well. I'm a huge chatterbox, as you know. So I feel like taking the chance and communicating to new people and just meeting new people, I think that's what kept me going. Yeah. I think that's what everyone should do. Just nonstop growth and connection.
Wow.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
Thoughts, yo?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like what you were saying about tribe. We all need a tribe. It sounds like you make an effort to expand and cultivate yours every day.
Yeah, that's a good word, tribe. Because there's a lot of people that I know that I've really connected with. Like, we have on set, example, my friend Alma, right? So me and her met on set just randomly. They needed me for one day just to come in, fill a spot, help them set up a set, basically set build. And me and her bonded so much that she brought me on for the rest of the seasons, which was like 3 months of worth of work.
That's
I'm
amazing.
like, great. It's like going out of your way, because I feel like the reason I got that job is because me and her bonded so much in that one day, because I went out of my way to really connect with her and delve into that person, discovering each other, that I was allowed to step into their world for a much longer time. And I don't know where I was going with that.
No, that was a really profound point. It sounds
Yeah.
like you made an effort to take genuine interest
There you
in
go.
Alma. PA to PA. I don't know the exact relation on the floor, and she was so impressed. She ended up, recommending you in a way that made a difference.
Yeah. And even to this day, me and her, so it's like, there you go, back to the tribe thing. She is still one of my best friends. She's awesome. We don't talk every day. We don't have to talk every day. We're still connected, though, for some reason. It's like the stuff we went through on that set those 3 months, like I will never forget. Like we went through some crazy stuff, and we bonded so much. And it all started from that one day that I just like, one random fluke, I came in, and I feel like there are a few people, actually there's several people in this world that like, I'm sure you found, where you just instantly connect and you stay connected. You pick up where you left off last time. Do you know what I mean? Like me and you, I feel like we took off right away when we met.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I've seen you in a year or two or really like communicated much. And then you hit me up out of the blue for a photo shoot. And I was like, yeah, can I invite a friend? And you were like, sure.
Bring 'em on down.
Later. Yeah, a reconnection has started, and I am thankful
Yeah.
for that. I'm really thankful that you reached out.
Thankful for you too.
It's
Yeah,
good.
dude.
It's good reconnecting because,
Yeah.
like you mentioned earlier about it's okay to make that first step and reach out to somebody. Put yourself out there. Be vulnerable. It's okay if they ignore you. It's okay if they say no. Contact them not for their response, but because you want to contact them. It kind of reminds me of like how you connected with Alma, right? Because intention. Intention is key.
Yeah.
And I don't know what your intention was the day you messaged me because I'm not you, but I was in a spot where I needed to hear from somebody, and it was good to hear from you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good, dude. I think my intention that day was, I notice when there's unique people that I've come across, and you are one of them for sure. And there's people that you connect with. Like I feel like there's people that I connect, like the Alma, like you. There are people that I've connected with, and I stay connected in my mind at least. I don't. There's no disconnection from that. Like once you've hit me and you've hit my soul, like when we've met, it's like that stays. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I must reconnect, whether it be 10. If we're gonna reconnect again and we reconnect 10 years from now, there's always. I mean, you're still there. You're still here, and
I feel we do share
Yeah.
at least two like core. I don't want to say exact moment, but like broad memories together. At least I do. I can't speak for you, but I definitely have like two core life moments that you were there for. And yeah,
core memories. That's a good. That's a good point. Yeah.
it's interesting how
memories, yeah.
people come into our lives like that. Yeah, I think it's good that you're mindful of that.
Yeah.
And as an artist, as a creative person, you want to preserve those types of connections.
There's something I've observed over my life at least. I feel like it's. What's so crazy? I have a problem. I have an issue with like letting go. Have I talked to you about this yet? No.
I think,
Yes. No.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think that's probably a universal problem.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
So,
I was just thinking
yeah.
about my first
Let
car
it
on the
go.
way over here.
So letting go was a big thing for me growing up as a kid. I moved a lot and I hated moving because I'd had to start a new group of friends. I hated that. Like I hated. Like it would make me really sad. And now as an adult, I feel like that's okay because I feel like I've realized that the friendships you've made. Hold for bike. Okay, so we kind of like, I realized that life is about these people. These people are gonna come into your life and they come out of your life, right? And that's okay. That's totally okay. I encourage that. I feel like I'd love to get a little bit of Yale and then kind of just let him go and let him do his own thing, you know? Because I feel like we've both inspired ourselves and we've both contributed to each other's life and growth in little sections, and then we kind of go off and do our own thing, and then we come back later on and reshare kind of thing. And I feel like I find that I had a friend that was thinking of moving away a few months ago, and I got kind of sad about that. I was like, oh man, I don't think I'll ever see her again if she's moving that far away. And those thoughts again when I was a kid, I was like, of letting go, popped up again. But I was like, you know what? I feel like it's okay. Just let her go, do her thing. We had our moments together, and that's okay. We'll find each other later on, kind of thing. And connections. That's all I gotta say. Yeah.
And I want the viewers are listening, like the reason why I don't want this to go over your head in terms of how these connections were made. It's also because Christian has been building his skill set around photography, around the creative space, and that skill set plus his personality and his willingness to communicate is what helped him create these conversations, these opportunities, because simultaneously you found a passion that you enjoyed, which is photography. And because of that pursuit of wanting to be good at it, wanting to pursue this skill set, you are putting yourself in positions and places where other creatives are, trying to populate at the same time, which then creates the connections that lead to boop, 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 all these opportunities. So I just don't want that to go over the heads of how much work you probably even put into like getting the skills that you have to be in these positions, right? So did it feel like you had to practice, or was it you just doing it constantly? Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause like when you go to the gym, I know I have, a set workout for whatever amount of time, blah, blah, blah. And this is my gym time. Was there like a gym time for photography for you? Or was it like, how does that process of getting to the point where you're like, yeah, I'm good enough to.
Funny enough, I think it was just throwing myself in there. I had some jobs growing up where they were like, can you do this? And I was like, yep. I had no idea how to do it. I was just like, yeah, of course I can do that, 100%, yeah. And then I'd figure it all out before I got there. And the best, they've said this before, where it's like, the best lesson is experience, And as long as you know where you want to go and like the basics, you can throw yourself into anything. Yeah, and then in there you'll know the specifics and you'll figure it out. Yeah. I'm a big believer in just jumping in. Well prepared, of course, with a good mentality. That's what I meant. Well prepared as in mentality wise.
Okay.
Because there's some people that like they just jump in, but they expect to be what's that word? They're not as hardworking. They just jump in. They just do whatever they have to do.
Yeah.
They don't push for more. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure that I'm always pushing for more.
So what does that mentality look like? Like when you come into a gig and you're like, I don't really know what I'm doing is exactly, but I know I'm gonna get it done regardless. What is that mentality? Like, what is that?
I'm not sure if I can answer that. I don't know what to say to that. It's like I think it's just positivity. With that. Yeah. I think it's I think being thankful of where I am and the stuff I get to see motivates me to do a good job. To keep going. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Because every set that I've been to is different, and I appreciate each one like a bunch. There's big ones, there's small ones, but even the small ones I appreciate so much because it's just a different feel. It's a different energy. It's new people, and being appreciative helps me get into that mentality of hard work has to happen. Good work has to happen, not just hard work. Good work. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You wanted us to remind you
Mm-hmm.
of this trip you just took to Texas.
Yes.
Let's talk about this the latest project you've been working on.
So I'm working with a production company that sent me out to Texas to help them film and photograph some student housing, which is pretty cool. I love that experience. Met a lot of cool people. We kind of just like combed the city and got some cool shots, and yeah, it was awesome. I'm not sure what else to say about it. It was great. I mean, it was good.
If you could name
was good.
like 3 challenges that you faced during that shoot, what would you say those 3 challenges were, and then how did you overcome those?
Good question. I have to remember to stay hungry for success. And let me explain that. Because I feel like sometimes there are people that it's like you can't be that person that expects it all to go right. You have to make sure that you stay vigilant and you cross all your T's, dot all your I's, everything's prepped, you know what I mean? Because there was something on that day that I forgot. It just like it flipped. It's like there was an issue that happened with the gimbal that we had. It wouldn't turn on. It wouldn't work.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, what's going on? And it wouldn't work because it's like I knew it worked and I knew it could do the job, but I didn't check it beforehand. I just expected it to start up and just start working. You know what I mean? This is just an example. But, well, this is something that actually did happen. But
Okay.
So you can't expect everything just to work out. You have to make sure that you double check everything and making sure that you're set. I think it's only one lesson, but I feel like it's the only thing I can think of at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So preparation.
Preparation is key.
Okay.
Yeah, preparation is key for sure.
Okay.
And double checking is always a good thing. Yeah, 100%.
And then the second thing you were saying, to focus on getting the job done versus the creative mindset. What was that?
Oh,
you were
yeah.
saying?
So there was a moment where I was photographing some actors, right? And in my mind, I'm behind the camera and I'm also behind the gimbal as well, and I'm getting these shots, and my mind goes creative first. My mind's always creativity first. So I would go in with these cool shots that really look nice and stuff, and then in post, I realized that I did too much creativity, and I should have just kind of kept it simple, because we are not shooting. We're not filming or shooting the stars. We're actually capturing the space. So I felt like I went too creative. I had to balance the part between creativity and what needs to get done. What needed to get done was shots of the space, and that's it. You know what I mean? My creative little bug back here kept telling me, oh, this would be a cool shot. Let's pose him this way. Let's put him here. Let's have him walking through here. That's not what we needed. We just needed bare bones, this shot, and that's it. And that's another thing that I learned there too. Just get it done, and you'll be fine. It wasn't a space to get creative. It was a space to just get things done.
Gotcha.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
So understanding the requirements for the job, and then having the forethought to add creativity if there was that available time to do so.
There was some creativity that I got to do in like not in the main shots, but in kind of the UGC content that we got, user generated content for like Instagram, that kind of stuff. That stuff I got to get a little bit creative. But yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One more.
Go all out. Go for it.
One more challenge that you had during that trip.
No comment.
Listen, man, women
There
are
you go.
tough. No, I'm just kidding. I once had a travel job.
You get what?
I once had a travel job. I was out in Chicago for like a month. How long were you out in Texas?
I think like 4 days.
That was it.
That was
That's
it,
a quick
it was
trip.
4 days, yeah. And we were pushing like every single day was like, you want to grab as much content as you can in the days that you're there. So we had to really push and haul ass.
Wow. So
I curse on
what
here?
kind of what
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
days
that's
were
fine.
those? Like 12 hour, 16 hour?
I think they were like 12 hours around there. 12 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, not that bad. Yeah. But the stuff we got like out in the town and stuff were more chill because it was just me and the other photographer just going out, basically having a night out on the town, but capturing content as we went along with our phones.
Did that involve the actors or?
No, it was just us.
Oh, that's
It was just-
awesome.
yeah. It was cool. But something you said earlier that I thought of. Never mind. Next question.
Next question.
Next topic.
When creating, Christian, as a photographer, I've seen on your Instagram mostly portraits, like a lot of work with models. Do you have an intent going in, like, I want to get this pose, this image, or are you trying to explore the model and see what kind of images they're trying to get from you or out of you and your camera?
Say that again.
Are you going there to try and deliver? Try to like. Are you going there just to take photos and to let the model kind of guide it? I know this depends. Like if you're doing a brand shoot, but let's say it's person hires you. They want you to take their headshots. They also want some like medium shots, maybe some body shots. Like the whole kit and caboodle. Do you have poses in mind, or do you really just try to flow with them and their personality and see where that takes you?
I have some poses in mind, and we have some shots that we have to hit, right? I want to get those done first and out of the way because I want to get creative. I want to move them around in the space, and I want us to have fun. Like when we had our shoots, I had some ideas of like what I wanted to get and some close-up shots, like just like shoulder up. That's all I wanted to do to start with, and then us three, we kind of just went off and just started getting creative. We got the
Right.
couch in, we got all that stuff. So I feel like have like 5 or 6 shots that you definitely want to get, and then after that, let it get creative. Because I feel like when I'm directing someone, I want to hear what they think too. I want to hear what they want to create as well. I want them to pitch in. It's
collaborative.
Yeah, I want to feel it. I want it to feel collaborative because I discover more about this person as they tell me what they're envisioning as well. You're seeing a little bit of their soul as they're painting away. Yeah. Yeah.
Have
it's a
you
mix.
ever worked with a model, and this is just a random question, that just refused to give you any idea of like what they wanted or what they wanted to try, and they just kept telling you to take photos?
No, not yet. No, because I feel like whenever I work with somebody, I want to make sure that I. You can tell when someone has a positive attitude and open mind, and I feel like I'm only allowing those type of people into my life.
Whoa.
Yeah,
So you're
exactly.
choosing the client.
Awesome.
I'm choosing
amazing.
to share a
Exactly.
space and my time with people that are just as open-minded as me.
Yes.
And I also find very interesting, and I want to delve in more into them because when we're on set, we chit chat, we talk, and I get to know you a little bit more, and I discover another person. So
Yeah, I fully align with that.
Yeah.
That's amazing because you're trying to fit your client or the person you're photographing with the type of vibe that you want to associate with, that you want to create the environment in, and that is the most amazing and abundant mindset that you can have in terms of
thank you.
you're willing to allow your positive energy to attract that same type of energy, and you're also willing to repel anything that doesn't align with that, so that each time you do a job, each time you do a creative act, it just flows,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And because you allow that to flow, it just it makes it easier. One, makes the shoot fun,
Yeah.
and you just get better shots because of the connection that you're able to create with that other positive individual,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
That's actually one of the biggest things that stood out to me from our photo shoot was your attitude,
Thank you.
your
Thank you.
your positivity, how you.
You too. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. That
That was
really
fun.
was a really fun day, and thank you for trusting the vision also of putting the couch in the scene.
No, yeah, 100%.
And-
Again,
Yeah.
it's about hearing what the people you're photographing want to do. And I thought that was a genius idea. I was like, hell yeah, let's put that couch in there, dude. Let's go for it. Let's mix it up. I have thoughts in my mind of like, again, remember the 5 ones that I want to get for sure, and then I have some creative thoughts too. But if those don't happen, it's totally fine because we got to try your guys' ideas. We got to get creative in some other way, you know? Yeah, that was really dope.
It was a great
Yeah.
time, Christian. Thank you for
When
it.
is our next one?
Hey, I'm waiting for the camera guy to. Sorry, the photographer.
That's a what?
I'm waiting for the photographer
Uh,
to let me know. Just give the models a date.
when's the next one?
Let's set it up. Let's set it
maybe we
up.
set that up
Yeah.
not on camera,
Let's
so we
set
can
it
pull
up.
out
Right
our
here.
phones.
Yeah, let's set it
Sorry.
up now. Let's do it. What day do we got?
This is 2025.
It's the 23rd. It's
It's
a
the
Wednesday
23rd.
right
It's a
now.
Wednesday. What is your availability looking like, Christian?
It's April 23rd. Let's do something in November. That was a joke.
I was like, whoa.
This man's busy.
Yeah, for real.
This man's busier than God with that
There we
schedule.
go.
Jeez
Let's
Louise.
do something next month. We're already at the end of April, so
Yeah,
let's do
yeah.
something in May. I'm down.
Okay.
Mid-May. It's gonna happen mid-May.
All right, mid-May.
Hashtag mid-May.
Let's
Yeah.
get it.
We'll do like I don't know, something different.
Can we get the ladies in there? Because
Yeah.
that would be really fun.
Sure, let's do it.
It's more people for you to handle, though. I don't.
That's
so
fine.
That might be
That's fine. Yeah,
a
it's
lot
fine,
to
it's fine.
ask.
All on one couch? It's gonna be hard. 4 people.
It was just a thought. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Awesome sauce. Cool.
So if any ladies out there want to be my photography partner,
I think you had a girlfriend.
I thought he did too.
Yeah,
This
I
is
thought
news
he-
to me. It might be
Yeah.
news to her.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm currently taking applications now.
See, that's the strength of his relationship on full display right now.
Yeah.
That's wild. I'm not at that level. I think that's is that like purple or is that brown belt? Which belt's that? that's some relation. I'm not at that level.
That's funny. But yeah, so mid-April photo shoot.
Mid-May.
No, mid-May. I'm
Mid-May.
sorry. Yeah. We're already in April.
Yeah.
Mid-May. Do you want to do this like? It'd be cool if we did it like in a museum or something. Or
Can we do that?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess we
Photographer.
I mean, I guess I could just hide
Or-
my camera on my
what-
backpack or
what would
something and like
you-
just shoot off because they don't let you photograph there.
Oh, they don't.
No, I mean not the way I want to do. I want to bring in like.
Oh, you want lights and everything.
Well, I mean, I'd
That
have
could
to.
damage the art.
You can't do flash photography in there, which is what I'm saying.
Oh,
I
yeah,
could,
yeah,
like
the
my
paper.
camera has a flash on top of it, but I can't bring the giant flash.
Yeah,
thing,
that makes
'cause
sense.
They'd be like,
Okay.
"Oh, what's going on?"
well,
Yeah.
Why don't we do a
We'll
photo
figure it
shot
out.
next to the Dead Sea Scrolls? I'm just kidding. Sorry. Now that would be bold. That would be crazy.
Or
We're not
maybe-
doing that.
We've been talking about doing like hiking stuff. So maybe like a
I like
nature.
hiking.
Yeah, that'd be
nature
dope.
shoot.
Yeah.
Hiking is nice.
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, we could. That could be fun. We get some like bounces and C stands. You know, some reflectors.
20-person crew.
Okay, all right. I mean, I was more like.
We need. What else do we need?
I mean, I'd chip in for a
we
grip
need,
kit.
we need
but
wardrobe.
Okay. 20-person
We
crew.
need. Yeah. Okay. Because wait, you have the budget for this, right?
Oh, I thought you were paying.
I'm not paying for this.
Ah.
No, wait, no, I'm not paying
All
for
right,
this.
I'll bring
no.
a stand then.
What do you have like a dream shoot that you imagine yourself or a dream sponsored collaboration with maybe like a brand or anything like that?
I would love to. So again, so it comes back to the people that I want to let into my space of creativity, right?
Yes.
Because when I want to, whoever want to photograph, I want to discover them more.
Okay.
And I think I would love to. Are we talking? Can we choose anyone, like
Yeah,
celebrity
anybody.
as
Yeah,
well?
Anybody. Yeah. Put it out there. You know what I mean?
I had a thought, but it's probably not his.
What's that? What was that?
I'll wait for you.
Okay, gotcha. I think it would be. I would love to do some kind of photography or videography for one of my favorite like musical artists. I think that'd
Okay.
be really cool. Yeah. Have you guys heard of the? What's up? Go yo. No, go.
Who is it?
Go.
Who is it? You got to say the name first. There's too much
So
tension.
I think I've told Yale, you've got to listen to Atmosphere. Have you guys listened to Atmosphere?
Oh, that
Atmosphere?
one song I liked a lot.
Yeah, so Atmosphere and the writer behind that he's super cool. And I think even the producer too, I feel like I would love to do a photo shoot with them. It'd be so dope. How do I reach out to them? That'd be a crazy chance. It's gonna happen. I just need to reach out.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that would be because that's someone that I'd love to just sit and be in the space and just ask questions because
Yeah.
they've got a mind to write so good. I would love to know how they went about creating their stories.
Would
Delving
they
deep.
tell you?
What
Do you
up?
think they would tell you? Like how intimate would they? I feel like we weren't that intimate with our photo shoot. Are we gonna get like really like deep with the questions? Photo shoot too? Oh snap!
Maybe.
I think
Maybe.
they would. You would
Yeah.
just have to set up the conversations
That's right.
Yeah.
in that way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with our photo shoot is because we were so excited just for it. We were just like, yeah, photo shoot, woo! You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And so we didn't get to really like have conversations
Uh-huh.
because I think just being in the space in the studio
There was
like,
a hype with it.
Yeah.
Whoa! We had a great conversation when we went to go eat.
Oh yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I mean,
that
but
was
not
what-
during the photo shoot.
Oh no, not
Yeah,
during, no.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Well, that's why I'm saying, like, I want to invite people in my life that I can actually sit down and have a meal with, or like just have a coffee with,
Yeah.
and explore where, like, what they're thinking, their feelings, everything. And I feel like that group, that it's they're a rap group, Atmosphere. I think like,
Okay.
I love to explore where their creativity comes from, and yeah.
I love that vision because it's very specific, it's clear, and it's attainable. It's attainable. You're on the path toward it. And what's so fun
Thank
is
you.
like, it's like, what next? Keep visioning.
What's next?
But that's cool. Do you see yourself staying in the realm of photography long term? Or could you potentially branch out with your expressions to other medium?
I feel like photography is where I belong. I feel like I'll probably stay in this medium for a very long time. It's just it's the way I like to express myself is through this. So I feel like it would probably be my main one for like my whole life, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
I dip into drawing and painting every once in a while, but it's not as well. But then again, here, so there's two mediums here that I practice so much that I feel at home with and I can express myself with the most. It's photography or videography and writing. I think those two are the things I dip into the most. But other than those two, I don't think I'll dip into like art or like maybe like other types of art as much as I do these two. You know? Yeah. Storytelling is key for me, I think. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's good.
What I hear when you speak about like the people you want to work with is I like how you really just dive into your curiosity. You really, I think most people would want to talk to their dream person or whoever that that famous person is because they just want to be in their presence or they admire them or whatever, or they are looking for like some feeling from them, right? Like to get that interaction. But when I hear you talk, it's like, no, I want to actually just dive deep into my curiosity to get to know them, to share a space, to have communion. And it's not like a take thing. It's like you're literally like you're willing to grant the opportunities that both of you guys can have like a beneficial environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah. It's like I just want to be in the space with people that I admire. You know? Yeah. Nothing more than that. Just sharing the space, sharing some ideas, and just chilling. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that
pretty dope.
that is a superpower to me, especially if you live in LA, where it is full of every kind of star you can think of here. You don't even know they are who they are, and they could be next to you. And but you being the curious self that you are, gives you these opportunities because you're willing to be like, oh, hey, how you doing? You're willing to just be nice to anybody and share that positivity, and that is part of your superpower that I see. Like,
Thank
I
you.
really see that.
Thank you. I think it's very powerful to inquire and to ask questions, and what gets people to open up and trust me is because I make sure to go deep and not ask superficial questions. I want to know the details of a certain thing, and well, I see. The thing is, I've catch myself asking questions that no one else would ask, and that brings people in. They're like, "Oh, interesting. I never thought of it that way." Like, I will answer the question. Yeah. Like, you've asked me some questions today where I was like, "Oh man, I don't know how to answer that because it's like I haven't thought of my thought process through that yet." You know? Yeah. Thank you, by the way. Yeah. You were gonna say something? Yes.
I think it's powerful that I see your superpower as, your willingness to genuinely connect with people. Yeah, like when you were talking about atmosphere, you want to delve into their thought process. You know, like, where was your mind when this song came out of you, right? And instead of how did it feel when that happened, or this, that, or the other, it sounds like you really want to figure out the mentality of the artists that you admire.
Yes. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I would have said. It like, yeah. I'm sorry. Yes.
Where does
Yes.
that curiosity come from? Like how
I
was
think
your
I think-
childhood that like was your childhood in a way that it crafted this level of curiosity in you, or like, you know what I mean, like how did you
Were you born with a question? And then more followed.
You're saying where did the curiosity come from? Correct? Is that the question?
correct?
He's going deep.
I don't know.
Were you
It's
a
like-
child that has always just been fascinated by things and you wanted to learn what those things were?
Yeah, I feel like so. I remember thinking to my childhood. I remember watching a lot of. I'm big into science. I love science. I feel like science put my mind into asking why a lot. Yeah. So I would always wonder, why does the world work this way? Why does this thing work in that way? And then science would answer those questions. You know what I mean? And I feel like I watched a lot of science documentaries and like things that would propose questions, and it would interest me a lot. So it kind of drove my mind into posing my own questions. You know, critical thinking. You
Yes.
know. Yes. Yeah.
Would you say critical? This is more of a personal question.
Go for
Would
it.
you say critical thinking and science are one and the same? You can throw it back. I don't mean to.
I don't know. Yes. Do I believe that critical thinking and science are the same thing? Yeah, I think so.
It's
Yeah.
kind of a trick question.
No, yeah, I think it is a trick question. Yeah, but I think so. Yeah, because you've got to go in depth to understand the world, science. Yeah.
would you say that the practice of photography allowed you to quench that curiosity in a way that you're like, oh, how does this lighting work? Or what would be the best way to pose this individual versus that individual? Like, did you have those type of things going on within your photography?
Can you rephrase that question a little bit?
Yeah.
I know what
So-
you're getting at, but if you just rephrase it one more time.
So the practice of photography, there's a lot of science within it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you allow? Was it more of that curiosity within the science aspect, or was it more in the creative aspect that drew you into photography?
I don't think I thought of science at all when I was getting into photography. I feel like it was that's the creative side of me that helps me put those thoughts and these visions together.
Okay.
Obviously, science is involved in the whole thing, but like I don't think of I didn't connect those two. Yeah.
I love that you're making that connection because
yeah.
science, especially like if you develop film.
Oh yeah.
I mean, sorry, photography. If you're
yeah, you're
developing
right.
film, it's so scientific. But even in digital, like you are capturing light photons. That's crazy.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
also have to continually experiment each shot you take, and you're like, you're fixing it in your head as you're going. It's that's a great observation.
Yeah, it is science, but it is science. Actually, yeah, you're right. It's science, and I don't. But when I'm in it, I don't think of it that way. I think of feeling. Like, what am I feeling? What does this
Okay.
shot make me feel?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Isn't it funny how science in the right form can make us feel?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
On my feed recently, there's this fella who will make like patterns in super slow mo with little chemicals, but it'll be like a drop of one chemical and a drop of another, and then as they intersect, it makes these unique crystals or patterns. And it's,
Send me that.
Oh man,
Please, yeah.
I think I saved one. I'll send it your way.
Yeah, send it my way, dude. Thank you.
All right.
So as we're coming to a close here,
What do you got for
Christian,
me, Soul? Hit me with it. Hit me with
What-
it, Soul.
Get them.
What are your future projects that you want to create? Give me two. And what do those mean to you?
I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm also gonna add some extra stuff to that. Okay?
yeah.
So there was a moment I had a few days ago. I'm gonna vent a little bit. I hope that's okay with you guys.
Perfect.
Okay. I was thinking about my work and my creativity, and I was like, what do I want to create next, you know? And I feel like I kept thinking to myself, okay, so then, like, where am I going right now, right? Where am I going? I feel like the big dream here, big dream, is like high-level filmmaking, you know? Like, up there, big director status, that kind of stuff. I feel like I have to make sure that every once in a while, we all have to make sure to focus in, realize where we are, how far we've came, appreciate how far we've came, but also always be redirecting yourself towards your goal. Because sometimes, you diverge, you go off on one end, you go off to the side and kind of concentrate on something else. You have to make sure you redirect and you stay focused towards your main goal. And I feel like my next few projects, I'm going to make sure I concentrate on the big dream and start developing some more heavy-duty, trauma-based, shorts.
Okay.
Yeah, like with a good production value and start climbing the ladder towards that big dream. Yeah. Sometimes that's what happens with life, though. Sometimes, you've got a goal, you go towards it, and you kind of just you diverge for a little bit. You just gotta kind of reconnect and go back in. Yeah. Do you guys find that too?
Before I get to that question,
Go for it.
What does trauma shorts mean? Like, what does that look like?
Oh, I said drama.
Oh, drama. I think it's
Drama.
trauma. I was like, whoa.
Trauma.
Okay.
No.
That's
Drama.
basically what
Drama.
drama is.
It is. That's true.
Drama.
Okay, drama. All right. And is there like what does that look like? Is that a TV show you've already seen that you want to make, or is there like a, you know what I mean, like a idea that you're getting that from?
No, so I feel like it's just like when ideas come to me, they come to me with like images of characters, and I just start crafting the story around them. And I have a few ideas I don't want to mention at the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the question was. Sorry.
I was just trying to get an idea of what the drama TV show or
Oh,
short
okay.
that you were.
Yeah. So
You don't have to sell it now. You know,
Yeah,
it's
you don't
okay.
have to
Yeah,
reveal
yeah,
the
yeah.
concept or any of
Yeah.
that.
no, I
Yeah,
get you.
yeah.
I get you.
Maybe in like
Oh, how about this? I'll show this. I feel like I want to capture I'm refocusing and making sure I'm heading towards my goal with these next 2 shorts that I'm doing, and I want to concentrate on a single person and what they go through. I've already picked out a few characters that I like and I want to delve more into.
Nice.
But again, it's funny enough that I'm thinking this through now, but it also has to kind of deal with what I do all the time, right? I'm like, I get people in my life that I want to let in and I want to delve deeper into them, right? I have this character in my mind that I want to completely explore, and that's what I'm going to do.
Amazing.
that's perfect. And the fact that you start character first, I do believe that makes for stronger projects. Because we were talking before we started rolling about Sinners. That movie has a very character first approach to its filmmaking. Ryan Coogler, the director, took with that film. It, to me, as the audience member, man, for 45 minutes, we're just falling in love with the characters. The plot
Same.
build is there, but it's
man.
mentioned in passing,
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
really just like learning about what the characters are going through, so that when the plot, locks in,
Yeah.
which normally is supposed to happen, when end of the first act. In his
Yeah.
movies, it feels like the lock in. At least for this one, for Sinners, it was really more of the middle. You're like, oh my gosh, I just fell in love with all these characters, and now I'm worried about what's going to happen to them. It sounds like
I'm very excited. I've not seen this one yet.
I like that you're coming at it from a character first mindset. I'm a very plot oriented type person. I like thinking beats and then I go backwards to character, and I'm looking forward to your characters. I can't wait to see what they get up
I'm very
into.
excited, yeah. So, top 3 movies. Top 3 favorite. Top 3, yeah.
Fight Club,
That's a good one.
Last Black Man of San Francisco.
Which one?
Last Black Man of San Francisco.
I have not seen that one yet.
It's
I wanna watch that.
cinematically, it's
Uh-huh.
oh man, I've watched these 2 movies literally like I don't know how many times already, just because I like both of them cinematically
Yeah.
and story wise. I just
Whoa.
third one, I'll just because I seen it recently, is Sinners.
Okay, Sinners, got me that. So, Fight Club,
Yep.
Sinners. What was the last one?
Last Black Man of San Francisco.
I'm gonna watch that one. I'm gonna write that down.
It's
Last-
really good.
It's great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like a micro budget film nowadays. It's a really good film.
Dope. What about
Yeah.
you, Urzio?
Mine, it's got to be Inception.
Dope.
You're making me really delve right now.
Have you read Inception yet?
Read the
Have you guys-
screenplay?
Yeah, have you read the screenplay? I'll let you borrow it. It's really good. It's dope.
Yeah,
it's
please.
really, really good, yeah.
Favorite movies is such a trap. Inception, I can answer for a fact that's in my top 3. Guaranteed. The other 2, I would say Sinners, but Soul already brought it up. So I can't. No.
Yeah, you can do it.
No. I gotta go deeper. Inception is up there. Sinners is in my top 5, easy. I can't give you. I can't in good faith give you it right now.
All right.
I love too many movies.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
It kind of ebbs and flows.
I can give you mine.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
like, I would love for you guys to see what's that movie called? Have you guys seen Man on Fire yet? Man on Fire.
Is that with Denzel?
Denzel Washington. Yes,
Yeah.
that one's
That
really
was
good.
really
You, should
good.
you watched it already? Yeah. Have you watched it?
I don't think I have. No. What's that one about?
It's a
I can't
dude
say.
on
I can't.
fire.
I can't
No,
say.
I'm just kidding.
I can't say. The way I go into movies is I want to go in as fresh as possible. I don't
Yeah,
watch the
yeah.
trailers. I don't look at the movie poster. I don't even read the description. as long as I know it's like, I mean, I know a little bit about it, but I don't want to know I want to know as little as possible.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Man on Fire.
Okay.
Did I tell you about Bicentennial Man yet?
No.
Bicentennial Man, Robin
Okay.
Williams.
Yes,
Thoughts?
I remember you telling us about that during the photo shoot.
Yeah, that was a
but
really good one.
also, the way you pitch movies is so good. You're always like, "That's a big screw," like you just did. Great movie. I won't tell you anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Built
Yeah.
hype though.
And then also Looper.
Oh
yeah,
that is a
Looper.
great
That is a good
film.
one.
That's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
trippy, and
That's
that's the
such
kind of stuff that I like. It was like, I mean, time travel movies have been done before, but I feel like they did it in a certain way with like the style.
Oh yeah.
That was so
and
good.
the concept of
Yeah.
what
It's-
happens in
Yeah,
there
that's
is
really good. Perfect casting as well. Yeah. What was the guy from Dumb and Dumber that was cast in that movie? What's his name? He was cast as like the big mob boss in that movie.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
like
he
the
was.
big
That was
mob
the
boss,
same guy. That's
and it was
crazy.
a complete shift. I was like, I'm not used to seeing him in this role, but he killed it. He was good.
Yeah.
in
I
it.
did not
yeah.
recognize him at
Yeah,
all.
That was him.
funny.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
He
Like,
was he was in the box like the so he stayed safe because he was from
from the future. Yeah.
but in the past. But he was in the past.
Well, we don't want to ruin it for everybody.
I
but
think I know the guy that you're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
Did some not good stuff happen to him?
No. He,
Okay, different guy then.
He was
different
the
guy in the film.
He's the one making not good stuff happen to other people.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez Louise.
Dude, it was dope. Man, have you guys seen? Did I mention Predestination already?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
think
you mentioned it a few weeks ago, but I took your advice and I intentionally decided to not look it up, not see the trailer. You know,
Have you watched it already?
I'm respecting
Okay, good. Okay,
the
great.
movie night.
Okay, good.
That is theoretically going to occur.
Oh yeah, at my place, huh? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm currently getting a new roommate
We don't
at the
have
moment.
to. Yeah,
so I
we don't
know-
have to. It's okay. I
We'll
sorry,
schedule
I
it
put
off
you on the
camera.
spot.
Yeah, we will.
All right.
Do you want to give any of that away though? Because I don't mind spoilers. I don't mind
Um,
spoilers as long as you don't mind that you're about to spoil the
Doing
movie.
the
I
spoiling?
do
Yeah.
mind spoilers though.
Ah.
I don't even want like I would hate myself if I spoiled it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah,
we don't
yeah.
want to make it.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yes.
So then, last thing. Any future projects that you're working on currently, and or things that you want to let the people know that you're doing, how they can connect with you, and all that.
Future projects I can't mention, but they can always follow me on my Instagram.
Yep.
Christian_Hernandez22. And
And if you
Let's
could
connect.
give an advice to a future photographer to help them in their photography journey, what give them two pieces of advice that you've learned throughout your journey that helped you get to where you are today?
discover yourself, but also discover others. Those are two things there.
Okay.
The more you discover yourself, you figure out what you like, what you don't like. And when you're discovering others, you're just taking in more art. You're taking in more of the world. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, Christian.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Cool.
We'll see y'all in the next one.